just keep on knocking at you. Past abuse, past rapes are continually bogging you down. And you're saying, God, why are you slaying me? Why are you slaying me? He said, yet trust me. Yet trust me. Lose everything I have. I could go home, my house is fired, tore down, nothing but dust. But what other choice do I have to trust God? It's just material. It's just material things. It's just material things. Some people thought that when the first lady passed that we was all going to act strange and different, that we was going to be crying and falling out, but that ain't how she trained us up. That ain't how he trained us up. There was mourning, but there was mourning and joy because I knew her destination. And if I get my act together, then I'll see her again. But it ain't about her. If I get my act together, then I'm going to be at the feet of Jesus. We can't get bound up with all these things that are going on in the world. Someone sent a text message to one of my friends yesterday, anthrax in the Tide detergent and all this and that and all these type of things. And folks is running and calling their wives. Don't open it up if you got in the mail. God has not given us a spirit of what? And if it does happen to me, it's okay. If I die tomorrow, Tamisha ain't going to be stuck on stupid and looking around and say, what I'm going to do with these 3 kids? She going to walk out and be the mighty, mighty woman of God. Sister Lena has a song that says mighty woman. She's going to be a mighty woman of God that God has declared her to be. We have to get the mindset that it's not about us. It's about the purpose and the plan that God has for our lives. So where are you? Do you have a brick wall? Where is it at? There's some unsaved folks in here. You got a brick wall. You got a brick wall. I don't go to church because, it's full of hypocrites. We got a video what I was saying. But just come on, enjoy the hypocrite party. We all trying to get right. What I'm going to do, how I'm supposed to sit, how I'm supposed to dress. Just show up. Just show up. But beyond the church doors, you need to have a relationship with God to where when you're at home, wherever you're at, that God you'll be able to speak to him. You'll have a relationship with him. See, I believe that Sister Kim, when all this was going on, she was able to speak to God. Sister Barbara Ann was able to speak as intercessors, which they are through the bloodlines. They have that spirit of intercessory that they can tap in whenever they need to. But where are we? Where are we? Individually, where are we? Are we still stuck at yet though why this happened or why that happened, and not realizing that even through all that has happened, God is still able to deliver you. He is still able to heal you. My arthritis, my diabetes, my this and that. It's yours because you're making it yours. Some of us bring Job moments on ourselves. Make ourselves broke. I'm almost done. 12:32. It seemed like it was longer than that. But we have those moments when we need to wake up. I found myself at a point when 2008 came and my mom went on, I had to look in the mirror and literally smack myself. I did it. Because I said, what is you doing? The enemy tried he tried to destroy me right then and there. A lot of people didn't know it. He tried to just take me out. He said, well, she gone. You can do whatever you want to do. You got an excuse. Your wife will understand. Go on out and do what you want to do. And enemy try to set it up so cunning. He'll bring somebody along your way. He'll bring the right thing along your way. He'll bring that crack. He'll bring that certain woman. He'll bring that pornograph. He'll do whatever it is to try to tap in when you're at your weakest moment. But you have to realize when you're weak, he is what? Strong. He's strong. But we have to get to that point. Saved or unsaved, you have to have a relationship with him. You have to get to that point that when you know that everything has died out and the people around you ain't making no sense, who you gonna call on? I have no other choice but to call on Jesus. But what is your Job moment today? That's my question. Where are you at? Some of us stuck on stuff that happened in 1965. Oh, he hurt my feelings. He done left me. It's funny, but somebody ain't laughing. Somebody ain't laughing. Sister Crystal could have had so much hatred in her heart about her own situation. Pastor could have went and shut himself up in a box and said, I'm done. I'm done. Different ones, intercessors, Mother Williams. She could have just said, I'm done with everything a long time ago. But she's been going hard. Hard. She probably got a story that none of us could ever imagine or think of. Because we got all these materialistic things nowadays that we depend on. But what is your Job moment today? What is your Job moment? Are you free or are you still bound? Are you free or are you stuck? Now understand this, when you declare freedom, the enemy's going to come and say, oh, you free, all right. But your mindset has to be one that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So in my weakest moment, again, he's strong. And I have no other choice but to trust him. Everything could be gone tomorrow and you're left by yourself. I don't got nobody. Yes, you do. If you're unsaved in this place, you got somebody. Christianity ain't easy at all. Well, I say this, religion is easy because it's routine. It's a cycle. But a relationship ain't easy. You got to work. If you don't put in work, you ain't getting nothing out of it. That's just like if you don't work, you don't eat. Same principle. But knowing that God is with you, right beside you, makes the difference, makes the change. I want to open it up now to anyone that has that Job moment. And it's okay to say, yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, I can't put down that bottle. Yeah, I have addictions. And we say this every youth Sunday, at least I do. This place is here, meaning us. We're here to strengthen each other. Even if it's just two of us, God's promise is that he's going to be in the midst of us. So you got all of heaven agreeing with you. Whatever the situation is, you got all of heaven. Plus these here in this place. We're not done. We got a lot going on. Service is not done. We just move this part to where it needs to be, the proper place. But there's certainly a work that God wants to do with all of us. And there's going to be a lot more that we all go through. There's going to be more losses. There's going to be more shockers. There's going to be more confusion. There's going to be more gossip. A lot of stuff that's going to happen. But these things only come to make you stronger. But you got to know how to work it to make you strong. If you can't work it, it ain't going to make you strong. It's going to kill you. Depression kills. So if you're in this place, before we move on to the rest of the service, we have about 2 or 3 things more to do. If you're at that moment, we want to pray with you. And even if you're just sitting there and you raise your hand, we can come to you. But if you want to, come to the altar and we'll agree with you. Now, there may not be the same situation that I had, the same sensation that I had. There may not be the same experience that you see other people have, where they falling out and rolling around, or a pastor say spinning across the. But there's a young man here too, Brother Eric, if you would come out and. But there is nothing too hard, no hurt, no sorrow. There's no wound that God couldn't heal. There's no addiction that God can't fix. Sometimes situations bring these thoughts. That's why the word says and declares that you should build up your spirit, man. You should build up your spirit, man. But what are you feeding yourself? If you're full of materialistic things, then you ain't going to get no power. You'll have no authority. You won't walk as God sees you are. But there's some people here that are stuck in that it's not a box, it's a wall. It's a cement brick wall that you've built up over the years, and you stacked, and every time a small load of hurt comes, you add another block. And it just continues to build up to where you're in complete darkness, and you'll find yourself like I was on the outside looking in, and your life is playing out as a movie, and you don't have no control. But God wants us free. He wants us free. Summing it up, through all of this, God restored Job. Well, how did he restore him? Chapter 42, verse 10. And the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends. And the Lord gave twice as much as he had before. Then there came to him all his brothers and sisters and all who had known him before, and they ate bread with him in his house. They showed him sympathy and comfort. That's what the church is here to do, show you sympathy and comfort. Comfort him for all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. It didn't say Satan. It said that the Lord had brought. So sometimes you're going to go through and have no understanding of why you're going through it. Sister Ray was over our house maybe, it might have been a year ago, and she said, I just see myself walking down the road full of fog. I told her, just keep walking. Keep walking through it, because you're not alone. But all the things that God had brought before Job, the enemy was defeated. And in our situation, the enemy is defeated at the cross. And that enables us to say, yet though he slay me, I'm going to trust him. Because if he can endure all that pain that he did on the cross for dying for us, wounded for my transgressions, my sicknesses and diseases, and bruised, he still had to carry out the plan of God. In your life, you still have to carry out the plan of God. Sister Robin, you still have to carry out the plan of God. Sister here, you still have to carry it out. You have to. You have to. Now, there's a comment here that can almost put you to sleep. Because it's like God is sitting here just rocking us. And he's healing. The Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginnings, and he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He named the first Jeremiah, and the second Keziah, and the third Karen. In all the land, there was no woman so beautiful than Job's daughters. And their father gave them an inheritance with their brothers, along with their brothers. After this, Job lived 140 years and saw his children, his children's children, 4 generations. And Job died, old and full of days. Now I see it, community fellowship. That it points. It's like we're in that picture. Our apostle, God is restoring him. Sister Teresa, stand up. Turn around. Look what God has done for him. She don't want to be my mama. I'm keeping it plain. She don't want to be nothing like my mama. She's herself. But I know if I can get to the point where I say, yet though he slay me, I'm going to trust him. And he can get to the point where I've been through so many things, I can't even step out of the country and things happen. But I'm going to trust him. Certainly God has his hand on him. I've been watching him for so long. And a lot of people used to say to me, somebody said to me yesterday, I was always scared of your dad. He's just scary. This is my bass player, Brother Pierre. He said, he used to come to our church, and I was a teenager, and he would give me that eye like he knew I was doing wrong, what I was doing wrong, how I did it, and I had no choice but to get it right. But I don't even think it was what he was doing. It was the Spirit of God through him. Because of what he has on him, the mantle that he has on him is also on us. But if we don't recognize our identity, we're going to be stuck. God has brought restoration and is bringing restoration. It ain't going to be tailor-made how we want it. It's going to be how God wants it and how he's going to set it up. So in moving on in the next part of the service, we still have offering to do. And we also have a couple other things that we need to do. Announcements, and some other things. But keeping in the same mind frame, you know, some of us didn't come up here because we just felt, well, you know, I'm going to sit here, and that's okay. Then some of you got set and you got ministered to right where you were. Some of us just stuck sitting down and just, I ain't moving, I can't, you know. But God is here, and like I said, he's rocking us. But this is the place where he rocks us. He may rock us through correction, through rebuke, through exhortation. He may do that. But when we leave these doors, we need to have a mind frame to move forward. Not ducking and dodging everything that happens. I had somebody say to me, don't sit your couch in front of that front window. Somebody might shoot through your window. Let them shoot. Let's give me a new house. You know, come light it up. I got insurance. You know, I mean, but you have to get to the mindset where he's not giving me that spirit of fear. He's not giving me a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and of a sound mind. A sound mind. By the end of this story, Job was restored to a sound mind. So God bless you. We're going to move on with the further of the service. We're going to do offering, and then followed by that, we're going to, I think there's a video, and then there's announcements, and then the teens have a dance, and after that, we do the dance with them, and we worship a little bit more with them. Then I'm going to ask if Pastor Caroline or Apostle Thomas come and lead us out with the benediction. God bless you. This is offering time.